Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a new Flashback Friday style video. I got a request in to do a Flashback Friday to my Ride or Die tag video. That I did. I looked it up, my Ride or Die tag, which was started by Jaclyn Hill. I posted this in August of 2016, which is pretty crazy. So I revisited that video. I looked over all of my absolute Ride or Die makeup items that I was just loving at that point in time, and I'm gonna pull them all back out and let you know what I think of them. Where are they now? Are they still in my collection? Are they still a favorite? So if you are ready for this new Flashback Friday video, why don't we go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so first up, the foundation that I featured in that video was the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation. I love this foundation so much. I recently ran out of it. I used my entire bottle and I'm very sad about that. And I definitely do want to repurchase it. Every time that I go to the drugstore, I swear that I forget that I want to pick up a new bottle. Even though I definitely have a ton of foundations right now and I don't necessarily need to add another one to my collection, I just want it in there because it's one of my favorites. I know I just got another coupon to CVS and I need to remember that because I really do want to go pick up on another one of that. I've mentioned it in favorites videos so many times, Ride or Die videos, I think like my safety net makeup tag video and all of that, and just recently used it up and will definitely be repurchasing it. It's one of my faves and it's L'Oreal, it's a drugstore, you can use coupons, which is fantastic, so that's great. The concealer that I mentioned in there is also one that I recently ran out of. It's the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I have gone through so many of the Maybelline Fit Me concealers and I just recently went through my last one as well. Again, it's just one of my favorite concealers. I will plan on repurchasing this one as well. Maybelline, drugstore, a little bit more affordable, can use coupons, all of that great stuff. And it's just one of those that I enjoy having in my collection because I just feel like it always looks really nice on the under eyes. It's easy to blend out. And even since before I started a YouTube channel, it's been a favorite of mine. So that still holds true as well. Another one that still holds true is the powder that I mentioned. This is the Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Powder. I have been buying this powder since my college days, which is, they are well in the past. Can I see them? No, they're back there. I love this powder. I recently did declutter one of them in my face powder declutter video because it had been open for a very long time and had a huge dent in it, and I still wanted to keep this fresh new one though because I love this powder so much. I've been using it forever and I think it's fantastic. Still definitely on my list. Let's see, next up I mentioned the Rimmel translucent powder. I did just declutter this one in my face powders mostly because I had had it for like years and years and years, but I also broke the cap to it, so it was always just kind of like sitting awkwardly there because I didn't want to like have anything else digging into it and type of thing. So I ended up getting rid of it, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna repurchase this one. It's like $2 or something, maybe $3. It's super affordable and it's just one of those, honestly, like Ride or Die powders for me. Again, something that I started purchasing before my YouTube days. It's just something that I've always had in my collection with me. And I said in my declutter video that I was absolutely shocked that I didn't hit pan on that thing because I used it so often. I'm very light-handed with my makeup though, so it's always really challenging for me to hit pan, but that one was one that I truly was surprised. But still love that one and I do want to repurchase it. I also had on there the Milani Luminoso blush. So this is the Milani Baked Powder Brush. Blush, you know, blush brush. Same thing. I feel like I just said that in a prior video. This is the blush, and this was definitely like a YouTube made me buy it. It's a type of blush. Everybody always raved about Luminoso. I recently did my blush declutter and I had 2 Milani blushes. I decluttered one, but I kept this one because I love the color. It's really beautiful, peachy, has a bit of like shimmer to it, especially in the spring, summer, and when I have a little bit more of a tan, I feel like it looks absolutely gorgeous on the face. So still definitely a favorite of mine. The bronzer that I mentioned, did I pull it out here? The bronzer that I mentioned is from Too Faced, and this is the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Again, it was kind of similar to the Pure powder that I mentioned. I had 2 of these, but the one that I had, I mean, I'd had it for a while. It was also a deluxe size sample like this one is, and the box was just like all kinds of janky, so I decluttered that one, but I was like, I do want to keep like my new fresh one because I do really enjoy this bronzer. Again, a bronzer that, like, one of my first high-end bronzers I think that I ever really purchased was this one from Too Faced, and I really do enjoy it, so I have a fresh new one over here, and I would still consider it a favorite bronzer of mine. The highlight that I mentioned is from Becca and Jaclyn Hill, and it is Champagne Pop. I can't remember if I mentioned the single in that video. I used to have the single of the Champagne Pop, but it did shatter pretty badly, and I I couldn't revive it. But the face palette that I have, the Champagne Glow face palette, does have a champagne pop in here, also Prosecco pop, and some blushes. I love this guy. I recently did my favorite face palettes video, and I forgot to mention this one, and I was like, no, this is one of my favorites. Still love this palette, still love champagne pop. I still reach in and grab for it. It's an older release, but still one of my favorites for sure. A mascara that I mentioned is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I went through quite a few tubes of that mascara. I always thought it was really nice and especially affordable for Maybelline. I haven't repurchased it since, but I do have on my lashes today. I'm not wearing falsies, but I do have the Maybelline Total Temptation mascara on. I've been wearing it the past couple days. I really do enjoy it. I like wearing the false lashes, but I like this one. It kind of makes your lashes like just a little bit on the fluffy side. I feel like the Lash Sensational does more for length than it did for volume, whereas this new one is more volume versus length. But Maybelline, I feel like, just has a lot of good mascaras, I feel like. So I do still enjoy that one. I don't know if I would repurchase it right now, especially because my mascara collection is like, I have a very large one, and mascaras is something I try not to have a ton of because they go bad very quickly, but that was still a really good mascara, and I think it's really similar to the Benefit Roller Lash, I believe, is the one that is similar to. I think it's that. From Maybelline, I mentioned the regular lipsticks. I love Maybelline lipsticks. I've been recommending them forever. I've been buying them forever. I used to have a huge collection at one point. It was crazy. I was actually just wearing Truffle Teas in a previous video. I think it was my Beautylish unboxing video, and I have on the shade Peach Buff today with a lip gloss on top, and I really like the Maybelline lipsticks. If you like just a regular lipstick, you know, maybe you're not a liquid lipstick lover and whatnot, I would check out the ones from Maybelline. They're affordable. They have different lines in there. You know, they have the creamy lipsticks, they have lipsticks with a matte finish, and I just think that they're really good. I still would consider them an absolute favorite. Liquid lipstick that I mentioned is from Kat Von D. This was kind of interesting to see. I was like, wow, Kat Von D was my ride or die, because I still really enjoy Kat Von D, don't get me wrong. I still continue to buy her Everlasting liquid lipsticks, but I don't know if I would say out of my entire liquid lipstick collection now, which definitely has grown since August 2016, don't get me wrong, it's definitely grown, but I just thought it was really interesting that this was the one that I chose. But I really enjoy the Kat Von D liquid lipsticks, and I totally should have put these in Makeup I Love that it seems like everyone else hates, because I feel like I always hear really negative things about the Kat Von D lipsticks. A lot of people say that they're super drying, and well, I definitely feel like they're more on the dry side, but sometimes I've always said about liquid lipsticks that I don't necessarily mind it as long as it's not like uncomfortable or like crumbles weird on me. I can get down with it because I like having it on and like having it stay put the entire time. So I really do like these, but Bow and Arrow definitely is one of my absolute favorite shades. I do love this shade so much. But I just thought, I don't know, I thought that was interesting to see. That kind of gave me a surprise. I was like, I do not remember choosing that one in my Ride or Die video. Still a favorite, don't get me wrong. I also mentioned in there the Colourpop Ultra Satin liquid lipstick formula. I don't think I mentioned like one specific fave like I did with the Kat Von D. I just kind of mentioned the Ultra Satins in general. I only have 3 at this time. I think these are like $6 on the Colourpop website. I've talked in the past that the Colourpop Ultra Mattes I feel like don't have a very good shelf life and they go bad very quickly. The Ultra Satins I feel like are kind of similar, but the Ultra Mattes are like they go bad super fast. The Ultra Satins I feel like take a little bit longer of a time, and I like the Ultra Satin formula more, I would say, than the Ultra Mattes. I like that the Ultra Mattes dry down completely and they really like are not transfer proof, where the Ultra Satins take a while, and sometimes with certain ones you can kind of get a little bit of transfer here or there. Nothing like super bad, but I definitely still do notice it, but they are more comfortable on the lips as well, and I don't think that they go bad as quickly. So if you are wanting to try a Colourpop liquid lipstick formula, I would suggest the satin line for sure, but I would not consider these a ride or die anymore because I just don't feel like they last long enough, and I feel like I have others in my collection that I enjoy more. The lashes that I mentioned in there were from Ardell. They were the Ardell Wispies. I have talked about these in the past too, that Ardell is just no longer my favorite lash brand, which is like shocking to me. It was one of those things where I think that Ardell was one of the first lash brands that I really ever started trying way before YouTube. I've always worn lashes. I've always been obsessed with having fake lashes on. I mean, all the way like back in college. Didn't even know how to apply them. Always did like a janky job doing it, but I didn't care. I just wanted lashes. And Ardell was always what I went for because they were so affordable. College student, you need affordable lashes for sure. And I think it was kind of one of those things that once I started trying other brands and seeing other lashes, I was like, oh, I don't think that these are the best bomb diggity around. So that was, it was such a bummer to realize that because I loved them so much. I still do recommend them for like trying out lashes if you're trying to learn how to apply them, or even seeing like what style of lash fits you the best. Are you more dramatic? Are you natural? Are you long? Or like, you know, whatever it may be. It's still really nice because they are affordable, and it seems like whether it be at CVS or Ulta or wherever you can buy the Ardell lashes, there always seems to be some sort of special, like buy one get one free, buy one get one half off, you know, things like that. So it's nice to be able to practice with them, but they're definitely, like, I can't remember the last time I wore Ardell lashes, which is crazy. The eyeshadow palette that I mentioned in there was from Morphe, and this is the 350, the original 350 eyeshadow palette, and this is what this one looks like. I would not consider this one my ride or die anymore. Morphe did come out with a 350 which I love even more. It's definitely just an oomph up from the original 350, so I wouldn't consider this one a ride or die anymore, but I definitely loved it, and I definitely got so much use out of this palette, and I think I paid like $20 for it, so like I feel like I definitely got my $20 worth of this palette. I enjoyed the 350 even more, but the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette was like one of the standout palettes for me as of recently, but I feel like there's also other eyeshadow palettes that I enjoy a lot too. I still do like the Morphe eyeshadows, and I do enjoy their palettes, but definitely for the 350, I wouldn't consider it a ride or die anymore. And if you were trying to decide between 350 and the 350, I would definitely recommend the 350. I just feel like the formula is better and the colors are more like pigmented and intense in that one, but that was fun to see. I wasn't sure, I couldn't remember what eyeshadow palette I mentioned either. I was like, huh, the 350, and again, my eyeshadow palette has greatly expanded from August of 2016. Who's been here? Who's been here for a while? Do you remember when you used to hear me say I'm not an eyeshadow palette junkie? Where's your hand? Raise your hand if you've been around for that long. The liners that I mentioned, or I mentioned two different liners. One is from Colourpop. These are their gel pencil liners. I fell like madly deeply in love with the Colourpop gel pencil liners, and they're like $5. They are super pigmented. They go on the waterline so well, and they stay. Like, these are one of the liners that I have to like pull my eyelid down and like run my makeup wipe over my waterline to get them off, because they just stay around forever. Now, I thought I heard someone say that these are either being discontinued or they're not making new ones or something like that. Does anybody know if that's actually true? Because that's really sad if it is, because these are really fantastic affordable liners, and that would make me really sad if that was the case. Another liner that I mentioned, I mentioned 3 liners. Well, I do love eyeliner. I wear eyeliner every day. Eyeliner is one of those things for me that like I have to wear it if I'm leaving my house. Not necessarily like a winged eyeliner, but in my waterline, I have to have eyeliner. But another one that I mentioned is the Maybelline Master Precise Eyeliner. And I feel like I mentioned this recently in another flashback video because it was in a favorites video, and I said that I just ended up not loving it. I'm not sure if maybe something happened where I got like a bad pencil, because I remember I repurchased it because I loved it so much, and when I repurchased it, the second pencil I didn't feel like was anything like the first, like not as pigmented, barely showed up. So I'm pretty sure I ended up decluttering that one, which was a bummer, and I haven't repurchased since. So I don't know if that was just like a weird one-off thing or like what happened there, but there's definitely a lot of other eyeliners. I'm looking at them right now. I got a big basket of eyeliners, and there's definitely other ones that I like more than the Maybelline one. The final liner and the final product that I mentioned in that video was from Sigma, and this is the Wicked Gel Liner. I really do enjoy this liner. I will say that I don't wear gel liners as much as I did, especially I feel like back in 2016. Even when I just in general first started a YouTube channel, I wore gel eyeliners a ton. Maybelline, Sigma, I think I used the Morphe one, maybe like a L'Oreal one. I went for gel liners a ton, and now I barely reach for them. So I wouldn't necessarily consider this a ride or die anymore, just because I don't wear that style of liner as much. I just go for pens or like the regular liquid liners and things like that. But I remember how much use I got of this guy, and it probably just needs to be decluttered because it's pretty much gone. I've hit pan on it, and it's just, it's been through the mill. But I do remember how much I loved this one. Super black, and I thought it was really easy to work with, but that was funny to see. And I was like, oh my gosh, I remember how many gel liner pots I would go through. Like, whenever I was traveling, I would have to remember to bring my gel liner and then also bring my brush with me at the same time, because you didn't want to forget that, because how are you going to put your liner on if you don't have a brush? So that was kind of funny to look back on. I definitely remember my gel liner days. So, but yeah, after that liner, that is going to do it for my Flashback Friday for my Ride or Die makeup tag. Okay, so that is everything for my latest Flashback Friday video. I hope that you enjoyed flashing it back to August 2016 with me and my Ride or Die makeup tag. I, of course, will have that video linked down below if you did not see that video. A flashback to a younger Samantha, that one will be linked in the description box down below. But I would love to know, did you guys do a Ride or Die makeup tag? Was there anything in there that kind of surprised you when you saw it on your list, if you've gone back and look at it? Should I do an updated Ride or Die makeup tag? I'm not really sure if I should. I'll also have my Best of Beauty 2017 video down below, because that's like a big old favorites video, so I'll have that one listed down there too. But yeah, other than that, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoy the Flashback Friday series, and if you have any other ideas for future videos, please do let me know in the comments. But if you guys did enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you will also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.